Hey everyone, welcome back. Till now, we have seen the revocation flow. We triggered the task assessment. We closed the task assessment. Based on that, triggered the approval. After that, we had revocation task and end. Now we want to do the alternate flow, that is procurement. If user decided to procure the certificate, then procurement task would be created, and once that task um, done with the task, the next change request will be created for the implementation. We'll see how could we achieve that. So just to do the recap here, we have created these many tables, okay, uh, with starting these four tables. This is my main table. From this table, we triggered the assessment task, and from the assessment task, revocation task triggered and closed. Now I want to, from the assessment task, I want to trigger the procurement task. And after closing the procurement, I want to trigger the change request, which is the default out-of-box module from the ServiceNow. Okay, we will see how can we achieve it. Let me show you the procurement form. This is the form, and we will use this form to secure the certificate details, the new certificate details. And on top of that, this would be the parent record we have in each and every field. And this field will contain, this is the read only field, and this field will contain the old certificate details. Okay, so we are back to the flow designer, and this is the flow we have completed till the end, certificate revocation. And I want to actually we could put a comment. This will make it more readable, that which task is created for what purpose. Likewise, you see that, right? Task is created if somebody else will come to this flow designer in this page, right? They will not be able to understand. They will have to click and they will have to see, okay, they have created this in the assessment task and everything. So it is always recommended to put a comment. This task is created for what? Let me do that real quick, and I'll be back. Okay. So if you see, I have entered the comment, and this task is for certificate assessment. We will decide here whether it is going to renew or no. This condition is check if the assessment is closed or no. I think this is not to check. This is for wait till. This is for the wait till assessment task is closed complete. Oops. And after that, this is to check if user has decided not to renew the certificate. This is for the approval. Before revoking the certificate, we will need to get approval. This is for the task revocation, and this is the certificate revocation flow complete. Okay, this tells. Now next, we see it here, right? We are waiting till the assessment task is close complete, and we are checking if they have closed this particular task as a not renewing. Okay, Now I want to see in the next, as a flow, I want to check if they have they choose they are going to renew the certificate. And we will come to this step obviously when this task is already closed, right? This task is already closed. So logic would be the same. This task is closed already, and we are checking here if this task is closed as renewal not required. And next we are going to check if this task is closed as a renewal required. Sorry, we need to take the field name. Oops, we need to take the certificate assessment task. Sorry. Let's select the certificate. This is the assessment task, right? This is the assessment task. Why I'm saying this is the assessment task, just check. This is the one, right? Serial number one. The action one is for the assessment. Okay. So I'm trying to select one record. If here I want to select yes, renewal required. If we are selecting like this, if this will happen, then what? Then you have to create one task. Which task you need to create? You have to create the procurement task. For creating the procurement task, you have to create task. And where you have to create this task? You have to create this task in the procurement table. If you see here, you have to create the task. Actually, I need to add one more column assigned to email group, but we'll see. I'll add them. So back to the form designer. We have to create the task in procurement task table. What are the fields I need to add? Just check. I need to add where I have to assign. I need to add old certificate details, and I need to ask for the new certificate details when user select close. So I'll put one more condition. When users is saying that they are close complete, I want to make these fields as mandatory. Okay, user just can't just do the close complete and close the task without providing these details, because uh, we have a plan to trigger the change request once this is closed, right? And without the new certificate details, there is no point of generating the change request. So one of the logic I want to implement right now, that if I'll make it from open, if I'll make it close complete, then this task, these fields will be mandatory. Okay, we'll see. So I'm back to the flow designer. The first and foremost thing that we should be doing is the parent. Otherwise you will not be able to tag this particular record with the certificate, main certificate record. So first we would take this parent here, and once we tag this as a parent, we will be able to get one related list as well, which we will create for will create on this field. We'll see. So on the flow designer, let's take the parent, and parent would be what record? Parent would be the first record, this one. Okay, So I'm adding couple of fields here. I have added parent assigned to as a application owner, and assign assignment group would be the DL, right? The application owner team DL. And what are the other fields we want? This is done. This will be filled by the user on the, I mean, while they will close this. So I think we are good here. Let me save and activate it. So let's quickly test the flow. Certificate details. Let me fill out it quickly. So I have filled out the details. Expiry date, I have kept it like it will trigger the flow. Let me save it. Okay, we see that we have a task assessment. We have to close it as yes, renewal required. It is by default, that is fine for us. I will do the close complete and I will save it. After saving it, right, we are hoping to have a certificate procurement task here, but um, I don't see the related list. No worries, we'll get the related list later. For now, let's see if we have in the procurement task, if we have it, this task. Okay, I can see this. This is the procurement task created, and if you see the what is the parent is 42, right? 1042. So that is, this is what we are looking for. And I see that this old certificate is not is, I mean, it's not displayed. Let me check if I have. Okay, I have not added that field to populate this particular old certificate details. That is fine, I'll add it later. And now if I will close this, I was hoping, I mean, I have to implement the condition. This three field has to be mandatory, but yeah, for now we'll implement this later. The thing is, whenever you are procuring any certificate, right, the certificate name will not change. Okay, this is uh, this is the basic for the certificate management. Certificate will not change, not change, but serial number and expiry date obviously will change. So what I'll do, I'll make this field as a read only, and I will populate uh, this particular field out here. We will see how can we do that. Once we'll fix this, I'll fix this as well. Okay, and let me put the new expiry date as 25th or 26th, fine, and a new serial number, whatever it is. Okay, and let me close this. After that, uh, I mean, we have to trigger, after closing this task, we have to trigger the change request. We will see how would we do that, but first of all, let me do three things. First, fix this one. Fix this one. This has to be pre-populated, and this to be should be read only. And fix this read only thing. These two fields should be mandatory whenever we close, whenever we select close complete. Okay, let me fix it, these three things. So on the flow designer, let me add new field, and I want to get the new certificate, old certificate details from the previous the tables and records we have. So if I'll get this from the certificate details, then I'll have to fetch one by one field, right? But as I remember, this is the assessment task, and I must have one field in this assessment task where all these details are here. So I'll try to get this from step 1 certificate details field. Let me do that. Step 1 certificate assessment task, right? Step 1 assessment task. Let me get the details. It should be some certificate details. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where? Yeah, here, right? Okay. So I will just drag and drop this certificate details, old certificate details, and this would be suffice. So one thing is done. Now the second thing I need to do is, where is that field? Second thing that I need to fix it, I want to make this field read only and pre-populate. Let me do that. Pre-populate. Okay. Let me do add, and what is the cert name, right? What is the certificate name? Okay. Let me select the cert name from the trigger flow from here somewhere. Certificate name. Here is the one. I will pre-populate this, and I want to make this field as read only. So quickly let me make this field as read only. How will we do that? Let's go to certificate dictionary and make it a read only. Okay, it is pre-populating, so there is no point of making it mandatory or so. So make it as read only, save, and let me get back to the record. And this is read only. I'm hoping that this will populate. Third thing I want to do is, once I will select close complete, these two fields should be mandatory. Okay, so there are so many ways to do that, but we'll see. So here, what do you think? See, there are so many ways we could do that, right? Uh, let's see. The simplest thing that we can see in the drop down is the dictionary. In the dictionary, just think, if we are able to achieve this particular functionality, I have to change the this particular field, and once it's done, this should be changed to this should change to mandatory, right? This is not mandatory now, this should be mandatory then. Okay, let me see if we could achieve that through dictionary. Through the dictionary, I can select mandatory and save it, but there is nowhere I could have a condition to say that something has to change, then this should trigger. So at we are very much aware that we could achieve this through the script, right? Front end script, which is client script. But in this scenario, I want to use UI policy. Let's see with the UI policy what will we achieve. Through the UI policy, create a new. Let me fill out the details and I'll show you. So I want to make cert serial number mandatory when state changes to close complete. When this will apply, this clearly says when state change to close complete. And first of all, we need to select the table which certificate we are Which table we are talking about? We are talking about the procurement table. On the procurement table, when this particular CN name will be mandatory, where is that? Let me open that table for you first. I want to say, if I'll on this procurement table, if I'll close complete, then this particular field I want to mandatory. Okay, make it mandatory. Let me out here. I have selected the table, given the name, and select the field, new serial number. Sorry, when to apply we need to select, right? So we need to select when to apply, and when to apply would be when the state change to close complete. So it would be state is close complete. All right, now I have to say when to apply condition will meet, then what do we want, what UI action we want to take. We want to take UI action as new serial number. I want to make it mandatory. Okay, let me submit it and let me test it real quick. So this is the form. Let me refresh. Let me select close complete. And this is mandatory now. Let me do the same thing for the ditto the same thing for the expiry date. I have implemented it for the expiry date as well. Let me verify that. Yes, you can see that whenever I'm changing it to close complete, these two fields are become mandatory. Open again to change complete. So this functionality is working fine. As we have done couple of changes, let me quickly retest the complete this flow one more time. Let me start with filling out the certificate details form. I have filled the form. Let me save it. Okay, we have this task created, assessment task. Let me close this task quickly. Okay, I'll keep it yes. I want to renew and close complete. Let me save this task. Go to the parent record, and I'm hoping that there could be one related list here with the name called certificate procurement task. Let me add the related list for that. Before just see that if this task is anyway created there or no. This is the table, and this is the latest one. I can see get inside, and parent record is 44 and this was 44. So this record was created for this particular parent certificate, right? And we see that all fields are populated correctly. That is a good news. And let me see that functionality is also working fine. But our next target is to have a related list out here, right? So we could see that this procurement task has been generated for this particular record. I will go to the related list, search the record, and I want to pull it up and save it. After saving it, we can see that this is in there. So we have covered flow till we have created the procurement task. Now we want to have a condition if this task is close, right? If we close this task, um, After closing this task, we have to provide these details, right? If we provide these details and close the task, then new change request should be created, and after closing that change request, this flow will end. We will implement that. uh, till now we have seen that we have created the procurement task, and after closing this task, I need to trigger the change request. So after closing the task, if I'll put here that if this task is closed, trigger the change request. If I'll put if condition here, right, and say that if this above task, right, above task is closed, and then create a change request, just think, as soon as this procurement task will be created, this if statement will be evaluated, right? And this will, every time, this will comes as false, and the rest of the statement what we are going to write here will not be executed, right? So we have done the similar mistake in the past. It was intentional or not intentional, we did that. I don't want to repeat it. So this time, again, I want to wait to get this task close. Okay, I want to wait for this task to be close complete, and then create a change request from here. Create a task, and that task table would be change request, and in the change request we have to provide all the other details that we want to pass of, from our previous records. We'll see how could we achieve that. So I have added these many fields. Short description, I will put something like this: change request for renewing this particular certificate. Description would be some details of the certificate which we are going to renew. And detail means new certificate, expiry date new, CN number, serial number. Assigned to would be, we'll fetch it from the previous record, and this parent, right, parent that we do, the parent record, that certificate details record, I'll put it there. But before I could add this, I need this particular field on the change request form as well. Let me show you the change request form where we are going to create this particular record. Okay, so this is the change, this is the change request form. Okay, let me do it from here. Let me open the all, and let me try to create the new. This is the normal change. These are the fields, we are very much aware of this. I want to add on the normal change, I want to add one more field, and that would be the parent one. Let me do that. And just FYI, this change, right, this change record is out of box. This is this table and everything, this is not something we have created. And if you would have noticed, the update set and the scope we are using is this, right? So this is not the default scope. And if you see, this is not a global application, right? So this is, see, this is in this particular change is in the global, but we are in this, right? So uh, there are things we could do. If I'll edit this here globally. Globally means outside this scope, outside this particular scope. If you, sorry, where is that, outside this particular scope, if you go, you will be able to see that change. Okay, let me do that. Let me edit this section. Let me add parent this side and put it on the top. Put it on the very top. Okay, all right. I want to put it below number. So this position is okay for the parent. Let's see on the form. Yeah, we have a parent here. That is very good. As we have a parent record added, let me add change related list as well in here on the form. Related list. Okay, this related list will go and check out the change. Let me add it here. I'll put it on, and this person is okay for this. All right. So, I mean, once we submit the record, we will see the related list. There we know. Okay. Let me go to the form designer and complete this. Okay, this is the form designer. Parent looks good. Let me fill out these details. So I have filled out these details. In the change request uh, short description, I feel that this change request is created to renew this particular CN name. Let me get the new serial number, new expiry date from step 11. This is the step 11, right? You would have something. Yeah, this one, new serial number and new expiry date. New expiry date. I have assigned it to application owner as of now, and application owner can assign it to anybody. This is, I have assigned it to team DL, and the parent, obviously the certificate details record, right? So I think I am good. Let me quickly test this flow. Okay, so for testing I will not go to I will not go to certificate details. Let me test it from here. So let me select any of the record, old record. I have selected this one. Let me rerun it. It will tell you step by step process how the flow would work. Let's see what has been executed. So it is waiting somewhere. It is waiting for this task is completed. Okay, and it is waiting for this task to getting close, right? Let me see what the task is, which one is complete, which one is created. So this is the record. This record has been created, new record somewhere. Yes, I'm going to close this task. This is the assessment task. Okay, I have closed it. Let me go to here, right? I have closed it, this task now. This is waiting. This should move from here. If I'll refresh this, see, just check it out. Check it out. This is completed. It's saying that okay, not renewed. This flow will not trigger, obviously. I'm hoping this flow should trigger. This is true. Procurement task is created. Let me see what task has been created, which procurement task. And this task has been created. And this is the new serial number, new expiry date. Good to know. And I have to close this task. Okay, let me close this task. Okay, let me go here. It was waiting for this task to be closed, right? Waiting condition. What was the waiting condition? This task to be closed. I have closed it already. Let me refresh it. I have refreshed it, and this task, which is the change request, it has been created. Let me see what has been created, and is it created the way we were looking for. Okay, this is created. Parent record we have. Good to know. Expiring certificate. Okay, and this is the new certificate. Perfect. All right, so we are good till this step. Till this step, change request is created. We will see. We will close the change request, and we will make a flow that if this is closed, then I'll close the parent record and end the process. Okay, we'll see. So now we have change request created. The last thing I want to put it, once this change request is closed, the parent record should be closed. Where is the parent record? This suppose with this, if with this record we have created this change, once this change will be closed, I want this particular record to be closed, automatically closed, that we saw, right? State, even now I don't even see the close status, but whenever this will change to close, this particular parent record should be closed. This is what I'm going to do. For that, let me wait for the condition. Why are we using wait condition? We know that already. Wait condition, what we want to wait for. I want this 13 item to be closed. Okay. Okay. And I want to wait for what? I want to wait for state to be closed. Okay. Once this state will be close of 13, what I want to update the status of the parent record, right? Update record. Which record I want to update? The first one, from where we begin this journey. The first, this one. Okay. So I want to update the state to close complete. And I think I'm done. I have just covered the flow. I think we are left with so many things, so many decoration, right? How this state will change. And there's so much in the ITSM things that we could do. We will do everything, but for the time being, I think, where is that? I think we have covered the flow at least. Okay. Let me save and let me git test it one more time. Final git test. I have saved it. Let me do the retest, and let me do the normal retest. I want to create one record, brand new record, and work on it. Let me close everything else. Okay, I have filled out the this record. Let me submit it once. Submitted. uh, I don't see anything happening. Let me refresh. Okay, so this assessment task, let me quickly close this. Close. Okay, I want to renew because I want to test the change request flow. Let me go to the this is the procurement task. Close, complete. Let me close it. Procurement task is close. And let me go to the parent record again. See, the change request is created automatically, right? And see, there is short description and all. We'll see. We can do so many things, but for the time being, I want to keep it like this, and I want to work on other components in the ITSM, okay, other than the flow designer. And we'll back to the flow designer, do the other modification. Just stay with me. So for the time being, whatever we wanted, I believe we have it. It has been assigned to the correct team. Now, this whole process we have not developed. This is out of box, right? And we all know how this how this change request thing work. I'll do the approval. After all the approval, this will go to the implementation, right? So let me do the approval one more time. Okay, now it will go to the implementation. This is out of box. There is no role. I have not developed anything, but we will see these things. How do we get these state changing things? And there are so many things we'll see in our form. Okay, now we are in the implementation phase. I'm expecting 2 tasks somewhere created. We'll work on the task as well once we will come back to the flow designer again. But at this time, I just want to close it and see if my flow is working or no. I just want to close it. Done. Okay. Somehow this is done. Status change to review. You see that, right? And I just want to close it now. I just want to close it and provide the information. Close. And this is close. Now this is the parent record, right? Let me go there, go to the parent record and see. Can you see it? This is close, complete now. Let me go there and see. Yes, this has been updated to close, complete. So we are done with the flow. For the time being, we are done with the flow. Again, we will come back and we will work on the same application, develop the new functionality around it. This will give you the complete coverage of ITSM module, whatever available around us in ITSM. We'll see. Thank you so much for hanging in there.